What is going on, viewers of YouTube? Sunspot here, guys. My review of the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Hulkbuster Iron Man Build-A-Figure Wave Marvel Now Iron Man action figure. As per usual, I do want to highlight the packaging. It does says Avengers Age of Ultron at the top. It does say Build-A-Figure Hulkbuster with some age information. This is where you'd see the figure inside with all his accessories. And down at the bottom does say Marvel Legends Infinite Series Marvel Now Iron Man with the Hasbro logo and the Avengers logo as well. Sides of the box have this really amazing image of the Marvel Now Iron Man in action. I love how it's black and white and all misty and stuff, and I absolutely love the design they chose for this. It is the same for the other side. And top of the box has the Avengers logo. Back of the box shows the other figures in the rest of the wave, which I have built, and I'm very looking forward to build the Hulkbuster. Do get this really funky image of Iron Man. I don't know who is displaying these figures, but they need to be fired. Here's a biography of the character. If you like and pause and read that now, you can. As for the figure himself, this guy is actually pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the Marvel Now Iron Man. Always thought his name was the Ultimate Iron Man suit, but basically you could think of this guy as the evil Iron Man, since this is what he uses to fight Captain America in the recent comics. And granted, this is a previous mold of the Mark IV Iron Man from Iron Man 2, but this is still a solid figure. Let's take a closer look. As for the head sculpt, it's normal. It's the Mark IV. There's really nothing too special. I'm glad we're revisiting this figure because it was a fantastic mold, and they did reuse it a bunch. Didn't think they'd reuse it for this guy, but they did. But you could tell, amazing gold paint. I love what they did with this. It looks very beautiful. The eyes have this red outlining with this gold/yellow tinting in there. I do love the mouth, how it's all dark and has these silver bits in there. Same with the cheek and everything. Looks very beautiful. Really nice metallic shiny black used for the back of the head and for mainly the rest of the figure. This little line right here does bother me. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's a sculpting issue, but it still looks really cool, and just it's such a great mold. The amount of detail they put on this is really nice, actually, with all the bolts and all the creases and everything. It's not just, you know, painted on, it's actually sculpted. And same goes for the rest of the figure. The paint on this is superb. I love the arc reactor, how it has this red outlining, just like the eyes. Very thick red, like a blood red. Has a little tint of orange there. In the middle, you could tell there is a spot of yellow. I would have preferred if they just kept it as, you know, just a solid orange or yellow. That would have been nice, but it's honestly not that big of a deal. Love the metallic black they use on this, with all these goldish, yellowish parts used, like on the abs and stuff. It looks really nice. I wish they put some on the spine, actually, because you can tell the back of the figure, very plain, no gold whatsoever, just a solid black. All the action is in the front of the figure, obviously. Love the biceps, how all these creases are formed and everything. Just very mechanical. They did a fantastic job on this, considering this figure is pretty old. You can tell there's another, I don't know if this, I guess it could be considered another reactor of some sorts, but it's just this solid orange. I wish they used this design for the arc reactor itself. Not a big deal, though. Looks really nice, though. I love the hands and everything. You could tell they put a lot of work into the repulsors and everything, because you could tell that the arc reactor doesn't match the repulsors or these or anything. That's kind of annoying. But moving down on the figure, the thighs are really nice too. Sounds weird that I said that, but they do have a nice paint job. There's a little bit of scuff of black and stuff on the left one, but I don't like all these numbers here as well, you know, with all the made in China crap, but really mechanical. Love all the bolts and stuff, all kind of just sculpted and beautifully, and wow, there is gold on the back of the figure. That's odd that they would put it there rather than, you know, everywhere else, but, you know, pretty nice. Do love the boots and stuff. This figure is really nice. The mold has always been a fan favorite of the Marvel series by Hasbro, and I'm just glad they revisited this. You can see all the repulsors or jet things here. Just such a great mold. One thing I forgot to mention, there's another orange spot on, or I guess his wrist. Yeah, again, I don't know what these are exactly. There's one on his wrist guard as well. It's just weirdly placed, and they're painted on, they're not sculpted on, which is kind of a bummer, but it's honestly not that big of a deal. Love all the detail with all these silver bits and stuff on the sides of the chest, how it's all very mechanical and stuff, and I like how the shoulder can move with the actual shoulder piece, which is nice. A lot of great detail in there as well, not just painted on. All these creases are sculpted, which is always appreciative. And there are some paint scuffs on his crotch, which is kind of awkward. As for articulation, this guy does have a ton, which is kind of surprising because this figure is very, very old. A lot of years old, actually. I forgot when it was made. Wasn't Iron Man 2 like to 2010, so 2011. I don't know, but his head can fully rotate, can go up that much for nice flight positioning, can go down that much left and right. You know, it can swivel and everything. His shoulder blades here, or not shoulder blades, just shoulder pads, I guess, or whatever, can go up and down so they can move the rest of the arm. His arm can actually fully rotate. You don't want to be careful. They can go forward, back, side to side, however you want. He does have the bicep swivel, 2 joints at the elbow. His wrist can fully rotate. It'll go out and in, left and right, however you want. His chest area can go forward that much, not that much, back a lot, side to side. It can even do the full rotation. Just be careful not to scratch the paint. Legs are kind of weird. Was never really a fan of this in the first place, but they're on this really weird ball joint. You gotta have to twist it and then push it forward, so his leg can go forward that much, back that much. You gotta twist it again. He could do the splits, 2 joints at the knee, and his feet can go forward, back, and he does have the ankle pivot. As for size, you can tell that Iron Man is in great scale with other Marvel Legend action figures. I do have the Rhino Wave Kraven here. You can tell he's a little bit shorter, but that's because he's just a little bit hunched down. And I do have the standard NECA figure. You can tell that both are shorter. And here he is next to my alpaca. As for accessories, he does come with the right leg of Hulkbuster, and I've stated this in my Blizzard review that taking this guy apart is just a bitch to do, so I'll just show it with him put together. Pretty good detail. I do like all the silver bits, the gold used. Do like the repulsors and stuff on the knees and everything. Just a really unique sculpt. I will be saving this mainly for the Hulkbuster review, but this is just showing off what he comes with. So overall, this figure is really cool. Now granted, yes, this is a reuse of a very old figure, but it is a really nice mold. I wish the Marvel Legend figures could keep doing these kind of techniques. I really love how everything can move on this guy, and the sculpt is dead on accurate. And with that said, people, if you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you viewers do on a daily basis, and I will see you guys in my next video.